All right, welcome guys. Live stream should be starting up right now. How's it going? Here to talk about the Eastern Conference Finals Game 6 showdown slate between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Atlanta Hawks. Super excited for this one. We do have some news to go over, but real quick, if you guys are just coming in, if you could, leave a like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't upload videos and you know when I go live. Let's try to aim for, 60 likes on this live stream. All right, so let's go over the news first from what we got. So beginning of the day, again, Giannis Antetokounmpo was doubtful going in. We didn't expect him to play. I did see a report that he's, if it goes to Game 7, he might be in. So, that'll be for another day. But yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo is out. Again, Pat Beverly suspended one game. Obviously, that'll be for next year, but I thought that was pretty funny. Trae Young, again, was a game-time decision, and now he is, in fact, in. So the big question mark is, how healthy is Trae? Right? Is this the Anthony Davis situation where he comes out and tries to gut it out and only plays a few minutes and aggravates the injury? Or can he actually play his normal minutes, 35 to 40 minutes, and be productive? I don't know, right? So that's going to be the key to the slate, is getting Trae Young correct and guessing kind of how healthy he is. Now, Bogdan is in too. We expected that. Again, his knee, he's looked a lot healthier last couple games. So Vegas odds here, Bucks and Hawks, and it's a 217.5 over under. The Hawks are currently 2.5 point favorites. All right, so I'm going to go over Bucks, then Hawks, then we'll get to some questions at the end. What's going on, guys? Samuel, how's it going, man? Frank, what's up? Yeah, excited for this one. It should be a pretty close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, especially with Trae Young in. Will Trae slow down Lopez game? I mean, I think Trae being in does hurt Lopez a little bit, because the reason he lost minutes earlier in the series was because he kept getting burned in the pick and roll, and obviously they're going to try to do the same thing again. So I do think that makes Brook Lopez a little bit riskier, but let's jump into that. We'll start off with Milwaukee. And again, Giannis Antetokounmpo is out, so Middleton, Drew Holiday are two of the best plays on the slate. It's pretty easy to make a lineup with both these guys in there, so I will probably be leaning towards getting both of them in, because they just get that massive usage bump when Giannis is off the court, right? It goes to strictly Middleton, Drew Holiday. So Middleton went for 62 fantasy points last game, and Drew Holiday went for 56, right? They're going to handle the ball a lot. They're going to, obviously rebound the ball more. I mean, look at the stat lines, right? Middleton went for 26, 13, and 8. And Drew Holiday went for 25, 13, and 6. Again, both guys should play over 40 minutes in competitive games. So really like Middleton, really like Drew Holiday. I think you should be leaning towards trying to get both those guys in with Giannis out. Armand with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Because of your analysis, I went 4 for 4 since I started doing showdown lineups. Let's secure the bag tonight, DK. Hey, let's get it, man. Appreciate the super chat. Very, very generous of you. And let's try to keep it going. Yeah, showdowns have been going pretty well, I guess, recently. Again, I haven't been playing huge on these showdown sites because there is a lot of variance involved. So I always recommend, if you're playing these showdown sites, don't go crazy, because again, there is a lot of luck involved in these. But I don't think Starbucks will help this out. All right, so appreciate the super chat, and yeah, let's see if we can keep it going. So Brook Lopez at 7.2K. We know he had a massive game last time out, went for 50 plus fantasy points. Now, I think he's going to be a little bit over-owned on this one. I wouldn't expect anywhere close to 52 fantasy points again. I think we probably get around 30 minutes from Brook Lopez. But my one worry with him is if Trae Young is actually close to 100%, they're going to try to get the pick and roll a lot with Brook Lopez. And that is the reason why he lost minutes, right? 20, 23, obviously in a blowout, but 25 in a close game. He wasn't playing big minutes because of the defensive end, right? He's just very slow. And I tweeted out, like, who is slower, him or Kyle Anderson? It feels like Brook Lopez is literally moving in slow motion. So that is the risk with Brook Lopez, plus the price went up to 7.2. So yes, the usage goes up with Giannis out, but I'm a little bit worried the minutes might go down with Trae Young in. So for me, Brook Lopez is more of a contrarian play. I feel better about Bobby Portis at 6'2". A great point per minute guy. I mean, we saw what he did when he got inserted in the starting lineup. 36 minutes, 43 fantasy points. I mean, this guy is a great point per minute guy. And if we're going to get anywhere close to mid-30s minutes, he is underpriced. So I am very high on Bobby Portis. I definitely prefer him to Brook Lopez. Now, Tucker and PJ Connaughton, minutes without Giannis, both these guys should play some decent minutes. PJ Tucker played 38 minutes last game. We know he's not the best point per minute guy, but he's safe because the minute's going to be there, right? And he can fall into some rebounds. He had 11 rebounds last game. He can obviously, hit a corner three or two. You don't need a ton for him to pay off his salary. So Tucker is in play. And same with Pat Connaughton, even though the minutes went down a little bit last game. I would expect, mid-20s minutes from Pat Connaughton. So both Connaughton and Tucker are viable. However, I don't think either are necessary on this showdown slate. Bryn Forbes, the minutes will go up for him without Giannis. I mean, probably instead of around 10 minutes, he might go up to 15-ish. But, at 1-6, is he completely out of play? No. Again, though, I don't think we have to go there on this showdown slate because without Giannis, it's a little bit easier to make a lineup without, spending a ton of your salary. So Forbes, playable. He could get hot. Maybe they leave him out there for 20-ish minutes, but nothing more than a dart throw. Then Thanasis Antetokounmpo, Jeff Teague might play a little bit, but again, not enough for me to go there. All right, so let's move on to Atlanta. And do we have any more news? I haven't seen anything on a limit for Trae Young. I mean, my guess is he's just going to try to give it a go and play as much as he can. So we don't know how healthy he is. Obviously, he's missed, the last couple games here. So it's just tricky. So if Trae Young is close to full health, I think he is a great play at 10.2K. But if he's like a James Harden-esque and only going to play 50% and kind of be out there more as a decoy, then obviously you're not going to want a ton of interest in Trae Young. So that's why I'm not going crazy on this showdown slate, especially because it's going to come down to Trae Young's health. And we don't know exactly how healthy he is, right? It's do or die time, so he's going to try to give it a go. But I would not be shocked if he comes out, and plays 5 minutes and aggravates that foot injury and can't play anymore. That is definitely a possibility. So for me, I'm going to roll the dice and just hope that he can play close to a full game because when Trae Young is out there, he's a great point per minute guy. And, the secondary plays for Atlanta all got a price bump when Trae Young was out. So Bogdanovich, Collins, Herter, their prices, and Lou Williams especially, their prices all went way up when Trae is out. Now Trae is in. So these guys, Bogdanovich, Herter, Collins, their usage goes down, which makes them a little bit interesting. So Bogdanovich at 8.8K, back-to-back games of 40-plus fantasy points. However, when Trae Young was in the lineup, he was really struggling. So does he take a back seat, or does he try to, be more aggressive on the offensive end like he has the last couple games? He's been their most consistent player last couple games. But, again, when Trae Young was in the lineup, he struggled. And then Collins, we know he's a frustrating roster for DFS, but I do think if there's no foul trouble, I think we get around 35 minutes. He's a decent rebounder, probably gets close to a double-double. So I do still have some interest in John Collins. And then Kevin Herter, he'll probably take a step back as well with Trae Young in. But he's also had some upside games when, Young has been in there. So this Hawks team it's just a little bit tricky with Trae Young and obviously the secondary pieces and how they're kind of going to, work out. Capella at 6.6K, his role doesn't really change. Now, his minutes have been going down in this series. 4 straight games under 30 minutes. However, he's a good point per minute guy, and he did play, game 1, he played 38 minutes. So, if I knew Clint Capella was going to play over 30 minutes, I would probably play him at this price. It's just not a good sign that the minutes have been going down. So Capella, again, it's all about how many minutes you think he plays. I would say somewhere around in the range of 20 to 30. If he only plays 20, he's probably not going to get you there. If he plays close to the 30-minute mark, there's a good chance he will get you value. So Capella, again, kind of comes down to how many minutes he does play. Now, Lou Williams is a guy I've just been plugging and playing with Trae Young out. But with Trae Young in, he seems a little bit overpriced at 5.2. Like those minutes, 35 back-to-back games, probably go under 20, I would say, unless Trae Young aggravates that foot injury. So if you're someone that's like, okay, I think Trae Young is very injured, I don't think he's going to be out there full game, then you can roll the dice in Lou Williams. Because if Trae Young does aggravate that injury, Lou Williams is going to come in. But, if Trae Young can stay out there and play his normal minutes, Lou Williams is definitely overpriced here at 5.2K. Now, Gallinari, his role doesn't really change. He should play around 20 to 25 minutes, and his price is below 4K. So I'm actually good going to Gallinari, a guy that is a decent shooter, can rebound the ball, but I don't think you have to go there. Now, Cam Reddish, So he had been getting DNPs before Trae Young got injured. And when Trae Young was out the last couple games, he played 23 minutes. Now, he did play pretty well. So if I had to guess, I would say he is in the rotation, but he probably doesn't push for 20-plus minutes. Like, maybe we only get 10 to 15 minutes out of Reddish. So he becomes a much riskier option, obviously, with Trae Young in. Okongwu has played 15 and 16 minutes last couple games, so the minutes have been going down on Capella, but they're going up on Okongwu. Okongwu is a decent point per guy and only 2K. So if we're going to get close to 15 minutes from him, I am good taking a shot on him. Even at 10 minutes, he could pay off the salary. So Okongwu intrigues me here if you need someone super, super cheap. And then Chris Dunn has been getting minutes last couple games, but with Trae Young in, I expect him to go back to a DNP. So that's really it. I think that is it for the Hawks. All right, so we got just under 10 minutes left until I'm going to get out here, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the chat. I'll make sure to answer them. Let's see. Do we have any news in Trae Young? I haven't seen anything of a limit. So it just comes down to how healthy you think he is. And, yeah. Any trust in Trae Young? I mean, I just don't know, right? I'm obviously not a doctor, so I just don't know what's his pain tolerance. I think what I've heard, it comes down to a pain tolerance thing. So, I mean, if he can be out there, he's going to try to gut it out. So, I would lean towards playing him if you ask me, but there is still a chance he only plays 5 to 10 minutes and aggravates the injury and can't go any longer. Portis and the captain. I am perfectly fine going Portis and the captain. I think that's solid. Portis is definitely underpriced with Giannis Antetokounmpo out. Gallinari or Reddish? That's a good question. I would lean Gallinari. The reason I do is because Reddish had been getting a DNP before Trae Young got injured. So I don't know what his minutes are going to be like. I feel more confident in Gallinari's minutes at a similar price. If you guys are just coming in, if you could leave a like button, it helps me out a ton. We're at 52 likes, 213 viewers. Appreciate you guys. Think Trae Young comes out like a man on a mission. I mean, again, I don't know how healthy he is, but full disclosure, I am playing Trae Young. I'm rolling the dice. Bobby Portis, the captain, I like that because it opens up a lot if you go Bobby Portis as the captain. And if he plays close to 35 minutes again, he's going to be a really good play. He is very underpriced. We know he's a good point per guy. Then get 3 studs. But yeah, that looks pretty solid to me. Now, Brook Lopez, again, you don't have to go there. I think he might be a little bit over-owned after the last game. The one downside I will say about Brook Lopez is with Trae Young being out there, they might try to get him in the pick and roll a little bit more. And Brook Lopez is very slow. So, like, he's kind of like a Boogie Cousins in that aspect of, like, he hurts them a little bit in the defensive end. And we know, like, the Hawks love using the pick and roll. DK, I'm down to my last 550 DK crowns. Can I play Tucker in the captain? I probably wouldn't do that. If I'm going to take a shot on someone cheap in the captain, it would be Bobby Portis because Portis has the upside. And if he plays close to 35 minutes again, he's going to be a really good play. Collins better now play with Trae Young playing. I don't know if his role necessarily changes a ton. I mean, he'll probably get close to a double-double. The one thing with Collins is he is prone to foul trouble, but Giannis is not out there. And, you know, the game where he did get in foul trouble, obviously was guarding Giannis Antetokounmpo, so I think there's less risk of that. So Collins is just kind of a fair play, right? With Collins, Bogdanovic, and Herter, I have a really hard time kind of differentiating them. I don't have a super strong take on those guys. Trae just a decoy tonight. Yeah, so I don't know, right? That's why I'm not going huge in the showdown slate. It's because it comes down to Trae Young's health, caching, and I just don't know how healthy he is. Could it be an Anthony Davis situation where he plays like 5 minutes and can't come back out there? It's possible. Or could it be a James Harden situation where he plays, but he's really just out there for a decoy? Like, he's not 100%. Portis captain with Drew, Middleton, Trae, Gallinari, and Capella. I was actually messing with that build. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. Pick one. Bogdanovic or John Collins or Herter or Clint Capella and DK. Good question. Because that's for me, I'm having the most hard time in that. I would say Bogdanovic if I had to pick, but that's not a super strong take. Collins or Brook Lopez? Another good question. Brook Lopez, I think, will be higher owned. For me, I'm actually going to lean John Collins. I don't think Brook Lopez gets anywhere close to 50 fantasy points. If he does, so be it. I'll lose. But that was more of an outlier game. I do not think he pushes for 50 fantasy points again. PJ Tucker, Connaughton, or Okongwu. So straight up, it's going to be PJ Tucker for me because I think he plays the most minutes. Herter or Collins, I'm rolling on Trey gets hurt. Okay, so I would still probably lean Collins. Who do you like for prize picks? So I haven't really looked at it now. What do we got here? I'm going to bring it up on my phone really quick. I'm guessing, the Hawks guys went down with Trae Young in. So Middleton's at 49, Holiday's at 48. Yeah, so the Hawks guys went down a little bit. There's not much that stands out to me. I mean, I would think if this game is competitive, Middleton, Drew Holiday go over, but I'm not super confident with that. Bucks in 6, I'm hoping so. I mean, I would like the Bucks to win. Over on Middleton, yeah, I mean, he went for 60 fantasy points last time, and again, they just get a massive boost without Giannis, and they're going to play 40-plus minutes, so I'm still good going over on Middleton, Drew Holiday. You're not going huge, but some of us are, so we need you to be stronger on your Trae Young take. I mean, I wish I could be. I wish it could be. Collins at captain will be very contrarian. Optimal build-wise, it is definitely Middleton or Drew Holiday for me because they're much safer than Trae Young. I'm good going Trae Young in the captain if you feel confident with his health. But again, it comes down to his health and how much he can play. And from what I've heard, this injury is more of a pain tolerance thing. So if he can tolerate it, he's going to be out there. But when he came back, what was that, 3 games ago? He did not look like himself. Right? He tried to gut it out. It could be like that, and then you're probably not going to get close to 100% Trae Young. All right, guys, I'll stay in for a couple more minutes, so leave some questions in here. Let's see. If you see any news of Trae Young limitation, let me know, but I don't think it's going to happen. Again, Young, Bogdanovich, Herter, Collins, Capella. So, yeah, Lou Williams becomes a lot riskier now. He's definitely overpriced if Trae Young plays his normal minutes. But if you're confident that Trae Young is not close to 100%, then you can still roll the dice in Lou Williams. Middleton at captain sounds more realistic for tonight. Yeah, I mean, I think Middleton Drew Holiday is where I would go for optimal build-wise. And it's not super hard to build a lineup with both those guys. If you want to go Trae Young and then some value, like, you can still make a decent lineup. So, like, you don't have to play a lot of the cheap guys. Middleton. Yeah, Middleton over Trae Young for me. The reason being is I'm just more confident in his health, and he has similar upside. DK just got 11 G's chilling. Yeah, I mean, it's been from the whole NBA season, so been grinding it out. I think I started with $500 to start the season and built it up to where I'm at now. All right, guys, last minute questions, throw them in here. I appreciate all of you guys coming to check out this live stream on this holiday weekend. I hope you guys enjoy, obviously, the game and tonight and tomorrow. But yeah, I got another minute, so if you guys have anything else, throw them in the chat, or else I will get out here. I think the chat might be a little bit delayed. Catch you on the Patreon, brother. I'll see you then. Yeah, I'll see you in about a minute. All right, guys, I am going to get out of here. Thank you to everyone who came out and checked out this shorter live stream. Good luck tonight. Enjoy the game. Let's hope for a good game. And if there's a Game 7, I'll be back here in a couple days to break that down. So I will see you guys all then.